Okay, so first character we got here, Goku and Frieza, the iconic rivalry in Dragon Ball. So I think I'm gonna do Frieza. I'm gonna do Goku first, and in order to really do that, you have to kind of beat the heck out of the opponent till the bar by the character portrait turns yellow or orange. So we're gonna do that. There we go. Alright, and just for good measure, go. Alright, so now let's look at Goku's. Ready? Here we go. First, though, let's charge up. I know Goku's is a little bit different because you don't really have to. Because he just reverts back to normal, but let's say. Ooh. That's a good super. Okay. So I know that like in other games and whatever, it looks... Oh, look at the little particles at the end. I didn't notice the little spirit bomb particles at the end. That's dope. That's really cool. Okay. So, Goku's. Goku's was very cinematic. You know, he... Spirit bomb appeared. He threw it at the opponent. Turns into a Super Saiyan. And makes it explode, kind of like what he did in the Buu saga. And then he stays as a Super Saiyan at the end of it. I want to give his like a 3. It's very cinematic. It's very nice. Maybe even a 4. I'm going to give him a 4. I know that's a little high. It might change later. But right now, that's a good start right there. That's a very starting out strong, Jump Force. Starting out strong. And yeah, for a lot of people, they might not understand why that super, for me, ranks very high. But again, I'm looking at the cinematic quality. I'm looking at, is it a useful super? Like, that actually hits a really good range of, you know, and you stay as a Super Saiyan after you do it. So the utility's really high for that. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm sticking by it. Oops, wrong one. No. Alright, so we'll do pick... I want to bring in Frieza. Hang on. Let's get back to Frieza here. Let's wait for that bar to go. I guess it doesn't really matter, but... Alright, anyway. Here's Frieza. Let me go to 5. I just want to see something real quick. I forget how you turn golden. I think you have to be in this form first, and then you can go golden. But now we're at powered up 100%. He's all buff. Look how buff he is. Oh, that's a buff Frieza. That's a buff boy right there. Alright, here we go. Here's Frieza's super. His planet burster. And do I stay in the form? Well, I know I already did the awoken. Okay, so he actually stays in that form after you use the awakened abilities. That's kind of nice. Look how much bigger he is. His head is the same, and his body looks like a bodybuilder. Look at this. This is hilarious. Anyway. Put you in the back, Goku. There we go. Frieza! Frieza's, I am probably... Okay, there we go. Frieza's, I'm gonna give him a 3. I don't think it was as cinematic as Goku's. It was a good move. It looked good. It's a good average, so I'm gonna keep it there. At the average. And actually, I'm going to... Let me see. Can I get a second character in? Let's see. Actually, yeah, we can actually bring in another one on our side here. Let's bring in Vegeta. Vegeta's next. Prince of all Saiyans. Here we go. There we go. Super Saiyan mode. Vegeta. I'm gonna give you a... See, his is also very cinematic. It wasn't just a typical beam attack. He pushed it over the edge. Although I don't know if he would have pushed it if he was a... Well, he does turn Super Saiyan, so he does push it after the main attack. I think I'm gonna give his a 3. I don't know, something about Spirit Bomb looked more cinematic, but... You know what, I'll make Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza right now a solid 3. The numbers are gonna move around, but Goku's was really good. It was a very iconic, same as Vegeta's. But I think in terms of, well... Because Frieza's was kind of boring. Like, it was just him throwing the ball, and there was a nice ending attack at the end, but... Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe his is a 3, and then Vegeta and Goku have a 4. I'm gonna do that. Again, I'm basing it off of the cinematic quality. 5 is like, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've seen Spirit Bomb, I've seen... It's good, you know, they're good average moves, and that's fine. It's better to be... Frieza's might be a 2, it might be a 3. I'm still gonna keep it at a 3 for right now. Alright, Piccolo, let's see what you got. You know, this might sound weird. I think I'm gonna give a 3. And you know why I'm gonna give this a 3? Look at his other here. Look at his cannon. Right? Doesn't look much. If you know, oh, that's like oops. And I expected that to be his super. Well, not that one. Look as... Oh. Hell could have been his special. Hellzone Grenade could have been Piccolo's super. And it could have been very cinematic. Here, I'm going to switch him out. It could have been extremely cinematic and amazing looking, and instead they made it Light Grenade, which is strange to me. I understand why, but it's still like if you're trying to wow people with your supers, I would have done Hellzone Grenade. If it was Hellzone Grenade and it was very cinematic, I would have given it like a 4 or a 5. But I'm just gonna give it like a 3, or actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 3. It's like Frieza's. It has a good build-up. You know what? Wait, no. Goku, Vegeta's are a 3. Frieza and Piccolo are a 2. There we go. That's my final one for them. Because I know there's better supers in this game. I mean, so yeah. I just, you know, I'm sorry, Piccolo. Favorite characters, but you're super. Alright, so let's bring in our next people here. We got Trunks. Let's see what Trunks has. Ah, a cannon fight from the future. Let's see. Trunks, please be good. Okay, yeah. That is a good example or of a 4 or a 5. I want to give Trunks a 5. It has a good build-up. He hits the opponent, throws him up into the air, and then does his thing. That's really freaking cool. Just to get his thing up. I really like that move. I just do. I really, really like the move. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it either a 4 or a 5. I'm gonna teeter at a 4. But it's a very low 5, very high 4. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. But that, ooh, that was beautiful. All right, Sal, let's see what you got. See, his problem, his Cell's problem is exactly the same. Wow, he's tall. is exactly the same as Piccolo. It's an iconic move. It's understandable why it's there. But even Piccolo's had a good ending at the end. It just looked like any other Kamehameha. They didn't have him push it farther like they did with the other characters. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cell. I'm gonna give Cell a like a 1. That's a 1. It's a boring soup. It's just an average super. I mean, to put it into prospect, they could have made Cell super. If they had a build-up. Oh, okay. I didn't mean for that to happen. I was actually just gonna swap characters, but that's okay. We'll just change characters now. You know, I think Cell just gets a 1. That's ironic. Actually, it's funny that's the perfect life form of Dragon Ball got a 1 for his super, which is kind of sucks though, because like that would have been really cool. Alright, so now we've got our boy Luffy from One Piece. Now we're jumping into One Piece territory. We have Luffy. Let's see what his looks like. Yeah, haha. Okay. Luffy's is pretty good too, man. Luffy's is a pretty solid that's an intimidating man back there. Look how much taller this guy is to Luffy. Holy cow. This guy is humongous. Oh my gosh, no wonder why he's a villain. Look at this guy. He's imposing just from the back. Anyway, I can't even look at this guy. I want to say that Luffy gets a solid 4. His is also a 4. It's very cinematic to look at. It's got really nice stuff. Trunks' look really good too. I think between him and Trunks, his looked a little bit more interesting because he rushes. There's all the things. It looks like he's seriously beating the shit out of somebody. I'm gonna give his a 4 as well. That's a solid 4. Alright, Blackbeard, let's see. He makes a void. Sucks you in. Like a 3. That's like a 3. You know, it's interesting when you do these. Look at this run. This is hilarious. Look at his stubby little legs and his skinny arm, big, ginormous beam. Look at how he... Oh my gosh, sorry, this is very distracting. Blackbeard. Blackbeard gets a solid 3. It's or maybe a 2. He gets like a, well, he sucks you into the black hole. The black hole kind of tears you up. It's interesting when you do these kind of games because these lists, I mean, because the opinion really falls to how interested you were in the move. And Blackbeard's looked cool. I gave it a solid 3, an average, when I saw it. So I'm gonna stick with my guns, and 3 is fine. All right, so now we got. Let's see if we can see him. Now we got Zoro. So here we go. It's Asura mode. Here we go. All right. See what you got, Zoro. It's a 1. That's definitely a 1. It didn't wow me at all. It didn't. That was kind of a lame move. Sorry, Zoro. You're a cool character, but I gotta give you a 1. That's kind of lame. Alright, so it looks like Blackbeard. There. Let's just kind of get that past that. There we go. So it looks like Blackbeard's character can swap. Ah, Boa Hancock. Okay. Alright, Boa. Let's see how you look here. Oh, sorry for the vibration there. Okay, that's a 3. That's again, that's another solid one. That's like a 3. I appreciate that one. Oh god, I gotta swap out. Hang on, I gotta swap out Boa Hancock because the next character we got is Sanji, and if you try to do it on a girl, it won't work. So let's get him ready here. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna give Boa Hancock a 3. That's fine. 3 is good. Let's see what his looks like here. Eh, 2. Sanji's gonna get a 2. Very cinematic, but it doesn't really, it doesn't wow me. It doesn't even look like it's average. Get you up here there, Sabo. There we go. Alright, Sabo, let's see what you got. It's like a 2. Sabo also gets a 2. I mean, it was very flashy. It looked really cool, but yeah, it's a lot of the. It kind of sucks. A lot of the One Piece characters just have kind of very average supers. Only Luffy really had a good one. Boa's is average. Blackbeard's is either a 2 or a 3. Sanji's is definitely a 2. And then Sabo's is like a 2. Right, that kind of sucks. That's alright. Alright, so now we're on to the Naruto people. Naruto's looking very, very good here. His Shippuden outfit. We're gonna start with Mr. Gaara, though. Because he's pretty much close to that. Here we go. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So if Luffy's was a 4, Trunks was borderline 5, but I kept him as a 4 because he didn't have that extra oomph. Gaara's is a 5. I really like Gaara's. Gaara's is really good, man. I really like Gaara's. It's a really cool looking move. It's super duper fancy. It has he summons his little friend. He makes the mausoleum. He beats the heck out of you with sand and then gives you the mausoleum thing. That's really cool. Okay. Oop. I need to get him a little closer. There we go. Okay, Naruto, here we go. It's like a 3. It's kind of like Goku's thing. It's that's a 3, which is okay. That's completely okay. That's what it is. All right, so now we got Mr. Kakashi. We'll start with him, and I think his is different if you're in awakened mode. So let's try it. That's a 3. It's funny. I think a lot of these are just going to be very painfully average supers, which isn't bad. It just tells you a lot that when you have a lot of these characters next to each other, and you're trying to keep it a certain way, that you're just going to get certain kind of things. So now we need to do Sasuke. So let me just beat the heck out of Sasuke a little bit. There we go. I actually really like Kakashi. Kakashi's really cool in this game. Alright. Oh, I didn't want to do Kakashi. No, swap out. Swap out, swap out, swap out. I guess we're gonna do Boruto's next. I didn't mean to do that, but alright. Ooh. His is also like a 5. I really like Boruto's. Naruto's was just basic. Boruto, he had all his clones coming in. He used the Rasengan. That's pretty clever. I don't know much about Boruto, but I like watching that super. You know, I think that's what makes it a 5. I think that's how my rating system goes for these kind of games, is if it looks amazing and I really want to keep seeing it over and over again, that's going to be a 5. So in that case, Future Trunks is I'm going to change his to a 5. Gaara's is a 5. Luffy's is a 4. I'm still okay with him being a 4. Boruto's is a 5. Wow, but then again, Trunks could be a 4 or a 5. He's kind of right there. Anyway, let's see what Sasuke's looks like. Oh, I'm glowing purple. How evil. You know, his was also very average. Sasuke also gets a 3. You know, it's just an average. You know, I know my numbers are going to change when I'm going through the character list. I really should just show off all the supers and then just do numbers at the end. I think I'm going to do that for this game because I feel like a lot of these are going to change quite a lot before the day is done. I don't know why. I have a sneaking suspicion. Let's get that up one more time. There we go. Alright, so now last on our list for the Naruto characters is Kaguya. So let's do Kaguya. Again, I'm sure the numbers are going to change once this is all done, but it's good to have a base number. That's like a 2. It's a 2. I almost want to give it a 2 or a 1. I don't think I would want to see that super all the time. Wow, she has a really weird, like, look at this. When she stops walking. Hang on. That was weird. Oh, I guess she's not doing it anymore. Yeah, Kaguya, I'm gonna have to give you like a 1 or a 2. It's not as interesting as any of the other characters. Like Naruto's was like a 2 or a 3. I like how he turns into Kyuubi, not Kyuubi, to the nine-tailed fox to do the super. I like Sasuke's where he turns into the thing, but it's very average. It's just like a 2 or a 3. It's not interesting enough. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so next we have Saint Seiya. So we have both Saint Seiya reps. We have the Fist of the North Star rep, which is Kenshiro, who's right here. And then we have 2 Bleach reps. So first we have Saint Seiya. Let's see. I guess we'll start with Kenshiro's. I just gotta get him down a little bit. Okay, Kenshiro. Let's see what you got. Oh, he got buff. He got buff. I mean, he's already buffed, but... Alright, let's see. That's a 5. I'm not even being biased. I'm not a huge fan of Fist of the North Star, but I absolutely love seeing Kenshiro just beat the heck out of people. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, he gets a 4 or a 5 for sure. So Seiya's is kind of interesting because he's kind of like Super Saiyan, where he stays in it after he's done. The utility's good and the cinematic is interesting, but it's like a 1 or a 2. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to do that to Seiya, but I gotta give it like a, yeah, like a 1 or a 2. It's probably gonna be a 2, because, you know what though? the amount of time that I have seen that super, I don't think that, I really don't think that I would see Saint Seiya as often. Hang on. Not him. This guy. I wouldn't really do his super. It's not a super that I would really want to do. Now, like I said earlier, I think that's why I make it a 1. Because, like Perfect Cell and Roronoa Zoro's, they're just average. They're just subpar. They're just like, wow. Like, you look at it and you're like, wow, that's it? Like, that's the super? So yeah, I gotta give Seiya a 1. I don't want to, but I'm gonna give him a 1. Alright, let's do Ichigo. Oh, he's getting ready. Ooh, he turns into his little super form there. That's nice. Here we go. Ah, it's just like Zoro's. It's like a 1. It doesn't look interesting. You know, like that. Again, that's another one that I'm just not interested in seeing. It's so painfully average. Why did you grab? I didn't want you to grab. Well, luckily he's alive. Alright, Dragon Shiryu. Hopefully yours looks better. Alright, here we go. Let's see. That's it? God, his also gets like a 1. I mean, at least with Saint Seiya, there was a build-up, and then there was this whole, like, amazing overture of it happening. This is just like, oh, I'm gonna punch you a whole bunch of times. It's kind of lame. I'm actually surprised at how lame that is. Yeah, I'm gonna give his a 1 as well. Wow, the Saint Seiya reps aren't doing very well in terms of supers. That's kind of lame. Alright, Renji. Hopefully yours looks good. Here we go. Okay, alright. So this right here, that is a good super. I'm gonna give that one a 3. That one's really cool. I like watching it. It's one that if I see it, I'd be like, oh, cool, it's on. You know, it's not the most amazing, but it's a really cool one, and I appreciate it, and that's like a 3. It's a lot better than Ichigo and the Saints. Oh my gosh. Alright, and then they have one more rep too, so let's bring him in. Whoops. Wrong one. There we go. So this is Ryo Saiba. Let's see. His, I think, is like the best in the game, if I recall. One of the best. Let's see. You know what? His is a 5. His is an absolute 5. I am putting Kenshiro's down to a 4. Future Trunks is a 4. He gets a 5. His is the best. His is by far a 5. It's so interesting to look at, and it's interesting, and there's so much stuff going on. It's very cinematic. No, that one, definitely a 5. I have to give it to him. No shame. Alright, so now we got Aizen from Bleach, and the other one is Killua from Hunter x Hunter. I'm gonna see which. I want to try to get Killua's done first, since I'm one player right now. There we go. Okay, so Killua, let's see how you stack. Ooh, that's a 4. That's definite 4. You know, it's funny because, again, like I was saying earlier, Ryo's gets a 5 because it's so interesting to watch and I like seeing it. I might have to re-examine how I do this rating system for this one, but his is a definite 4 for sure. If not a 5, it's a 4. Ooh, Aizen's is looking pretty good too. Oh, you know, it had a really nice build-up, but it was just another, you know, he just monologues while he's talking about stuff and everything. I'll give it a 3. It's a 3. It's either a 2 or that's probably like a 2. Ichigo's is a 1, his is a 2. That sounds about right. There we go. Alright, alright, Kurapika, let's see. I do this because sometimes they have an awakened form, and I just want to see what it looks like. Alright, Kurapika, let's see what you got. It's 3. That's a solid 3. It's very average, which is fine. No, that's not all bad, you know. A 3, also a 3 on a 5 scale isn't bad. A 3 is average. It looks like a decent super. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to talk about what I feel about everybody till it's done, and then I can go through them individually and just rethink what I had here. Ooh. Oh, hers is a 5. Hers is like a 4. Acts like a 4. Actually, hers is a 4. Hers is a 4 or a 3. I said 5 originally because I thought there was going to be something else, and then it ended, and there wasn't really much else after that. She was just a white figure, and then it was done. So I don't really know. I'm gonna give Rukia yeah, I'll give Rukia like a 3. 3's not bad. Alrighty, Soko, let's see what you got, you crazy creepy person. It's like a 1. It's just a 1. I mean, compared to all the other things, that's just a 1. Not very interesting. Alright. Yeah, it's like a 1 for Hisoka. Jesus, very cinematic. Oh wow, is Gon like out? Is Gon actually? Oh my God, is Gon actually no longer available to play as? Whoa! He actually is not able to be played as anymore. Oh wow. So I was gonna give it like a 4 or even a 5 for how cinematic it was, but you don't get to. It's literally a last resort, and I think that does bump it up a little bit. I know it sounds strange, but the reason why I say it gets bumped up a bit is because you really, all these other characters, you could just like use the moves and it's a utility or whatever. Jump Force isn't a game where you can just jump in and fight people. jump in. It's sorry, that was a stupid joke. I had to run it through my head. I apologize. Jump Force is a very strategical kind of game. You jump into the game like any fighting game. It's not like Xenoverse where it's just reckless abandon of, I'm just going to stay over in a corner and do special moves. This is a one-on-one fighting game where you have a team of people, and if a person gets lost on your team, you don't get any benefits from that. So, on the one hand, Gon's is really cool because of that factor that, yeah, you use this as your last resort. Like, yeah, how it should be. And it's an interesting move, and it KOs him, which means that whoever's playing has to really consider what to do next. The problem, though, with that is that, for Gon, you don't get to use him again. So you don't get to recklessly use supers, which is what they try to make you do with that whole stamina gauge thing. Or whatever it's called. So, yeah, I gotta give it like a... I mean, okay, for cool factor, I'd give it like a 4 or a 5. Probably like a 4. Maybe a 5. But for the utility, it's more like a 1. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna drop it from a 5 to a 4. Maybe even a 3. Because of that factor. And I know that's a little harsh, but I don't really use Gon anyway, and I like Gon as a character, but I don't use him in this game, and that's not a super that I would want to see over and over, because you can't. I mean, most people, you can fire off 2 supers in one round, you know, or whatever, but... Alright. Tagero and Jotaro. Tagero sounds like he would be a freaking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure character. Alright, perfect. Alright, Jotaro. Let's get crazy. God, look at that. 121 hits. It's like a 2. I mean, it's really cool. It looks amazing, but when you really look at it, it's like a 2 or a 3. It's just an average super. It's just, I mean, it's cool. It's not as flashy as some of the other average ones, though. That's why I'm gonna give it a 2. All right, Tagero, please be cool. Wow, he looks like a tree. It's like a 1. I mean, it's just a punch. There's nothing interesting about it other than the fact that it's... Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 2, like a 1. I don't want to, but... Yeah, it's just a 1. I felt nothing from that super. Alright, please don't kill Dio. There we go. Alright, Dio, we're gonna see yours now. Please be good. Yeah, see, here's the difference between a level 2 super and like a level 3 or 4 super. Dio's super is way better than Jotaro's, and I'm sorry, I know people really like Jotaro's, but oh, Dio got some slick moves. Look at him go. He's... Wow, you could just creep in this game. I didn't know you could do that. That's hilarious. Anyway, Dio. Dio gets a, like a 4. That's a really... It's interesting to watch the road roller come down. He beats the heck out of it. It explodes. Super iconic. I love it. It's a very good one. I really enjoy it. I would want to watch it over and over again. I mean, that's just me, though. Alright, Rurouni Kenshin. I remember Kenshin's a really fun character, so I don't remember what his super looks like. I hope it looks good. Okay. So here's the difference between Kenshin and, like, Ichigo. and Zoro. Kenshin had a slash, but then there was a really good build-up, and then it was like this dramatic finish kind of thing to his move. Ichigo's was just, oh, I'm gonna slash you. Same with Zoro. That there wasn't really, like, I didn't feel an impact from it. I don't know. Maybe it looks the same to people who are watching it, but I'm gonna give Rurouni Kenshin's a 3. It's a good, just average, basic super. I don't really know what else to say about it. Alright, Yosuke. Let's see what you got. Or Yusuke. Ooh. I forgot that that's what he looked like. Let's see. That's also like a 1 or a 2. Oh, look, he even stays in his form afterwards, like Dragon Ball. That's cool. Look at all his hair. He could easily be a He could easily be a Saiyan. Look at all the hair there. He's Super Saiyan 3. Oh, wow, he's even missing a shoe. What the heck? Yeah, it's like a 2. Or a 1. I wouldn't really like to look at it that much. It's alright. It's just average. Alright, there we go. Alright. Shishio. I think it's his name. If I remember this show correctly. Oh, gosh darn it. I forgot. His is a freaking... I forgot. His is a close range. Alright, hang on. Let me just... Hope I actually don't kill him. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try it again. So I gotta get up close. That's like a 1. It's a 1. It's also a 1 because you have to be super close to do it. I mean, you could do it in the middle of a combo, which would make it really good, but... yeah, it's like a 1. Very much a 1. Okay. Dai from the Dragon Quest manga that's soon to become an anime. And... Yugi Moto from Yukio. There we go. Alright, here we go. Yeah, it's like a 3. I don't mind that super. I think it looks really cool. It has a good build-up. It does some pretty decent damage. Yeah. I like it. It's nice. Alright, now we're gonna do Dai. Let's get Dai up in here. Oh, he's got his draconic symbol. That's also like a 1, which sucks because Dai seems like it's a really cool looking character, but yeah, it's just a 1, which is kind of a bummer, but it's alright. Alright, Midoriya, let's see what you got. It's also a 1. Actually, I would make Dai's a 2. And Midoriya's would be a 1. Dai's can get a 2. I think I was a little harsh on Dai. Let's see if I can get him without killing him off here. Let's see. There we go. There. Alright, Seto Kaiba. Here we go. Oof. Ooh. Oh, Kaiba's is much better than Yugi's. That's a 4. That is a cool super. Alright, I gotta pause this for a second, because I gotta talk about this. So I liked Yugi's, but I think because it was just Slifer going blah, you know, it was like a 3. Kaiba hits you with the freaking blue eyes, summons Obelisk, it's super intimidating, and then it just smacks you with an exploding punch. That's just super cool to look at. Kaiba, I gotta say, a lot of the DLC characters had some really good moves and some really good supers. Like, Kaiba's just like a cool... Look at how he runs. This is such a cool run for Kaiba. Like, I actually really like that. Let's see, does Yugi run? I'll have to see if Yugi runs like that. Anyway, here's Asta from Black Clover, which is a newer... Around the time this came out, the first time I've ever heard of Asta. Oh, this is actually really cool too, if I remember. It's like a 3. It's like a 3. I'll give it like a 2 or a 3. It has a really cool little thing, and it actually has good utility. It's like a 2. It's a 2, which isn't bad. Yeah, it's 3 is an average. 2 is like, it's cool, but I don't know if I, want to see it all the time. And now we're on our final one. I just want to see if does Yugi run that way? Yugi kinda runs that way. Kaiba, I think, has a cooler run. But anyway. Let's get, Biscuit. There she goes. Alright. So this is Biscuit. This was the second DLC character. Here we go. It's like a 2. It's 2. I mean, it's cool that she goes into her buffed up form and stuff, but it's... I want to say it's like a 2. It's not as interesting as Kaiba's or any of those other characters, so... 2's fine. Alright. Let's start with Toshiro here. Oh, Jesus. The controller just fell. The vibration from All Might's attacks is ridiculous on the controllers. Apparently. There we go. Alright. So now Toshiro's ready to go. I'll get All Might. Oh, turns into his adult form. It's like a 2. I think it's cool, but I feel like it could have been a lot cooler. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm kind of iffy on that's like a 2. That's a 3. That's a good average super. That's a 3. That's a definitely decent super. There. Alright. Now I got Mr. Madara Uchiha. Let's see what you got, Mr. Madara. Answering with all his might against all might. Ooh, very cinematic. I think I'm gonna give his a 4. That was actually a really cool cinematic super, even though it was mostly just a sword slash. I might accidentally kill Boo. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, Boo, your turn. It's like a 3. It's just average. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. Alright, Mr. Grimjow time. Let's do it, Grimjow. My favorite Bleach villain. A Catman. I expected more from Grimjow's. It's like a 2. It's like a 2 or a 3. Which really sucks, because I was really looking forward to see what Grimjow's was going to look like. Grimjow as a character is really cool in this game. Again, I just don't like how he just has a lame kind of super. Alright, Bakugo. Let's see what you got. Okay. That's like a 3. Him and All Might get a 3. I think between Midoriya's being like a 2 or a 1, there was like a 2 or a 1. All Might's would be a 2 or a 3, and then Bakugo's would be a 3 or a 4. That was not bad. Bakugo's got a good super. Got a very good super. The game. Alright, so let's start with Mr. Law here. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's like a 3. That's a 3. I'm comfortable with saying that's a 3. It's really flashy. It's really cool. But it's just I'm okay with what it is. That's all good. All right, here we go. What do you got, Prometheus? Oh Jesus, that's a 5. Ah, that's not even a contest. That's a 5. That is a 5. That is a 5. That is honest to God a 5. I am very, very happy with that super. I am honestly so happy with that super being a 5. Oh my gosh. And it sucks because you can't get that move yourself. Oh. Alright, well here's Kane. Kane was another big bad in the video game. That's a 1. Or a 2. It's a 1. It's like Perfect Cell's thing. It's just that's definitely a 1. Alright, and actually we're gonna end it with the actual last character here, Galena, who is also a villain in the games. In the game. Here we go. Let's see. It's like a 2. It's like a 2 or a 3. It's like a 2 or a 3. I'll give it a 3. 3's not bad. Alright, here we go. Final thoughts time. Of all the characters. You don't count because you are a standard character. I'm going to go backwards here. Actually, I'll go first. Goku. Goku's gets a 4. After seeing everything in the game, having a really good cinematic finish at the end was nice. Vegeta gets a 4. Again, it's a beam, but he has that extra little push at the end. It's either a 3 or a 4. If Goku's a 4, I'd probably give him either like a 3 or a 4. For sure. Probably like a 3. It was a good average super. Although he does turn into Super Saiyan at the end of it, so maybe he does get a 4. Trunks gets a 5. Trunks' was super cinematic. It looks really good. He makes it Super Saiyan at the end. If Goku's is a 4 and Vegeta's like a 3, he's a 5. Or if not a 5, it's a high 4. Frieza is a 2. It's a 2. It's just an average. No, you know, it's a 3. It's a 3. It's an average super. There's nothing really interesting about it. It's just a 3. Piccolo's I gotta give a 2. The reason why I give it a 2 and not a 1 or a 3. So I didn't give it a 1 because it has a nice finish at the end, even though it's just a, oh, I'm gonna fire a thing. Actually, you know what? No, Piccolo's gets a 1. Do you know why Piccolo's gets a 1? Piccolo's gets a 1 because it should have been Hell Zone Grenade or the Special Beam Cannon. I mean, honestly. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of is that, like, if we're basing this off of everyone having these super cool flashy moves that make sense, Piccolo's got a really good bunch of cool moves, and Hell Zone Grenade at least could have been a super awesome cinematic finisher, and I would have given it a 5 or a 4, but because it's Light Grenade, which is just this basic attack, it's like a 1 or a 2. I'm honestly willing to... I love Piccolo, but I'm willing to give it a 1. However, I give it a 2. Because the real 1 of the Dragon Ball characters goes to Cell. Cell's was boring. It was just a solar Kamehameha. It's a 1. There was nothing... There wasn't anything like Vegeta, where Vegeta pushed through it. He did the move when and then he pushed it that little bit extra. Cell's was just, it's a Kamehameha, and that's it. Luffy gets a 4. He turns into his giant form, beats the heck out of you. It's a very cinematic. Willing to say it's like a high 4. It's very good. Zoro's a 1. It's just a sword slash. Moving on. Sanji's is a 1. He kicks you a little bit. I mean, it's like a 1 or a 2. It's like a high 1, low 2. I kind of want to give it a 2 because at least it was a little cinematic with some of the kicks, but I wouldn't want to see it all the time, so it's like a low 2, very high 1. Blackbeard's is a 3. It's very average. Very, very average super. God, even in this lighting, he's He's like a creepy pasta character. Look at him. He doesn't even close his mouth when he's not laughing. He's just like this character. Blackbeard, I want to say, is gonna get a 3. It's a very average super, which isn't bad. It's not that bad. It's good to be a 3. Bo, in this game, it's good to be like a 3. Honestly. Boa Hancock's I'll also give a 3. She had a really good bunch of kicks and stuff, but honestly, it wasn't enough to wow me. Like, oh, I would want to see it all the time. But compared to everyone else in the One Piece game, it's like a very high 3. Almost a 4. Actually, you know what? It probably is a 4. I'm going to give her a 4. Boa Hancock, you get a 4. Sabo gets a 2. He gets a 2. Because, again, it's not like Zoro, and it's not like... Like, his actually had some wind-up to it. I'm willing to give him a 2 or a 3. I don't give him... Actually, you know what? He had a lot... Yeah, like, it's an average super. I like watching it more than Sanji's. Cinematically, it looks more interesting, so I'll give him... I'll change his to a 3. Naruto gets a 3. Very basic. Average super. Sasuke gets a 3. Very basic. I mean, Naruto gets a 3 because he turns into the Nine Tails and shoots the thing. Same with Sasuke. It's what you would expect from these characters. From Naruto. It's kind of the same thing with these. Like, I expected Zoro to pull out his 6 arms to do stuff, and instead, he didn't. It was expected. I mean, I'm sure there might have been another move that's maybe someone in the comments is going to be like, no, Sasuke should have had this. But I just from looking at it, it's a 3. What, was there like a glitch? There is a glitch. When she comes, her hair glitches the Matrix, guys. Look at the right of the screen, the right side. There's like that's like a blip. It's only with her. It's like her hair. It's her hair. It's cutting the bottom of the screen. Or the top of the screen. Kaguya Otsutsuki. I think it's how you say her last name. Kaguya gets a 1. It's kind of boring. It's just a boring super that just bloop, it's done. Wasn't cinematic at all like the other people. It's a 1. Gaara's is a 5. Solid 5. I mean, like, if there's only a few in this game that I would honestly call a 5. Gaara's is a 5. Trunks, I'm moving Trunks back to a 4. Trunks is a 4. Gaara's is a 5. I think cinematically Gaara's looks a lot better. Definitely a 5. Kakashi gets a 3. Kakashi gets a 3. A 3 or a 4. I'm going to stick with being average and give him a 3. It's not bad. Boruto is a 4. Boruto's I really liked. There was a lot of things happening all at once. Very cinematically interesting. I enjoyed it a lot more than a lot of the other supers. 4. A 4 is above average, and that's exactly what this is. Pegasus Seiya. Saint Seiya. I'm sorry, Seiya. You get a 1. You're a really cool character. I like Saint Seiya, the show, but having the arrow did not help you in any way. I did not like it at all. Same thing with Dragon Shiryu. Dragon Shiryu is the same way. He gets a he gets a 1. It's just him punching, and that's it. I mean, I'm sure from the show he's in and everything, and that's the thing that people have to remember with this list, is that just because I give somebody a 1 or a 2 doesn't mean I don't like the character or their move. It's just that compared to everybody else, it's just kind of lackluster. Ryo's got a 5. I don't even need to explain why his is a 5. I'm moving on. He gets a 5. Kenshiro's a 4. Same thing. It's just like what I said in the actual viewing. He's really fun to watch. It's a lot, very cinematic, very cool. High 4, low 5. Ichigo's is like a 1 or a 2. I wouldn't want to use it that often. It's gonna be one of the ones that I forget because it's just average. Renji gets a 3. I liked Renji's. Renji is one of my favorite Bleach characters, other than Grimmjow and Chad. Renji, you get a solid 3, which is great. Aizen gets a 2. I don't want to give him anything higher than a 2 because he's Aizen, but also because it's just I expected more from the super, but it wasn't that bad, so I gave it a 2. Aruki is also a 3, which isn't bad. Again, it's better to be average than to be lower than average in this game, and sadly half of the Bleach reps are average and half of the Bleach reps aren't, but that's okay. Rukia gets a solid 3. Gon gets a, oh gosh, Gon gets like I want to say it's like a 4. I was going to give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4 because you can't really use him after you use it. It's a really make or break thing, which makes sense for the character, but to my knowledge, no other person in the game has this kind of super. And it makes you really not want to use the character in their super, which defeats the purpose of a lot of the strategy where you could just use supers whenever you want and in the middle of combos and stuff. Basically, if you're going to win, or if you know that you are going to lose and you got one last ditch effort and you're going to use Gon to weaken the guy and then get him else, I'm going to give him a 4. 4 is good. It's a lot higher than I thought I was going to give Gon. I was going to give Gon a 3, but it was very cinematic, and that thing at the end made it a 4. Kahlua gets a 4. I really like the cinematography for it. I don't know. Some supers you just don't have a reason why you like it, and you give it a certain number. Kahlua's, even from day one, I've really liked his super. It's a 4. Kurapika gets a 3. I think it's good. Didn't wow me like Kahlua's did. It was a lot of punching and pulling the person closer and doing stuff like that, but that's not bad. I like Kurapika. It's cool. Oh, Hisoka. Why? What did they do to you? You get a 1. It's a 1. I expected a lot more from Hisoka with his finisher, and he was just, oh, I'm going to spin the person around and then smash him into the ground. That's... again, compared to a lot of other people in this game, it's like a 1. Jotaro Kujo. Jotaro, you're going to get a 3. Very average. I like the move. I think it's cool. But, yeah. A 3. It's very average. Dio, I mean, okay. I take it back. It's a good super. But, again, compared to everyone else, it's a 3. Dio gets a 4. Almost a 5. He's a very low 5, very high 4. He's right in that middle ground between a 4 and a 5. I like Dio's. I mean, compared to Jotaro's, Dio's is much more crazy, and I would rather watch it more than Jotaro's, and that's why I'm going to give it a 4. I want to say it's a 5, but it's not as flashy as some of the other characters. Yosuke gets a 2. It's a 2. It's looks really cool, but I mean, it's just average. I wouldn't really want to see it all the time. Taguro, I don't know how you say his name. He's going to get a 1. Or actually, no, he also gets a 2. Because I like how he powers up. But really, it's just a punch. There's nothing else really involved with that move. And it's not like it does a lot of damage or anything. So, I mean, at least I don't think it does. So he's also going to get a 1. Which sucks, because he's a really cool character. But, it's alright, he gets a 1. Kenshin gets a, I'm gonna give Kenshin a 3. It was very average, very decent. Wasn't too bad. Shishio. You're getting a 1. A 2? A 2. Because it wasn't just a basic sword slash, but it wasn't as cool looking as Kenshin. The camera work and stuff. It was just, oh, I'm gonna make fire. Plus, the fact that you can only do it from close range is kind of annoying. So it's a little harder to pull off. So yeah. Yugi's is like a 3. It's average. I expected Slifer the Sky Dragon. It looked good. Looked okay. Midoriya gets a 2. It's just a punch or 2. Sorry, Midoriya fans. I know in the show it looks really good. I know it does, but in this game, compared to a lot of other people, it's just average. It's like a 2 or a 3. It's just a very average move. Asta's the same way. It's like a 2 or a 3. I want to say it's like a... Oh, hello, Street Fighter. I kind of want to say it's like a 2. It's like a 3. He powers up first. Has really interesting camera work for the move. It has interesting utility because it seals their gauge at the end. Yeah, I'd give it like a 3. Midoriya's is a 2. It could have been a 1. I think I originally had it a 1, but I made it a 2. So be thankful, guys. Dai gets like a 2 or a 3. It's very average. It looks cool, but yeah, actually, you know what? It looks all right. It's a 3. It's just average, basic. Kaiba gets a 4. Super high 4, almost a 5. It's such a cool looking move. It's amazing. I love how I don't know, I just love how he uses the blue eyes and then Obelisk comes in and it has a lot of it has a lot of, like, you can feel the power of the punch because it stops for a second, then it explodes. It's just such a cool looking super. Not as much of a punch as Gaara's though, because Gaara's has so many layers to it, but I still do really like it. It's what I expected from Kaiba, but it's not just Obelisk punching the screen. It's actually, like, decent. So I appreciate that. Biscuit. Biscuit. I don't want to be mean to Biscuit, but I think I'm going to give it like a 2. It's just, or a 2 or a 3. It's just kind of average. I'm going to say 3. I'll give it a 3. Maybe a 2. All Might's is the same. It's like a 3 or it's like a 3. It looks cool. It's awesome. Looks good. Actually, on that end, I'm going to give Biscuit a 3, because that same reason. Booze is a 2. It's him getting mad and then exploding with rage, and it looks good, but I kind of would have liked his final to be him turning somebody into chocolate and then eating them. I think it would have been better. That, I think, would have been better as a super than the explosion. Bakugo, you surprised me. I thought yours wasn't going to be very cool, and yet you had one of the coolest ones. Yours is also a 4, almost. Yours is pretty darn awesome. I liked yours. Hitsugia? Well, Toshiro. Toshiro, I like Toshiro as a character, but I don't like his super in this game. He talks too much. I think he talks too much, and it was just kind of, it was like Rukia's. It was just like a 3. It's average. It's just whatever. Maybe even a 2. I don't know. I gave Rukia a 3. Yeah, I'll give his a 3. Because now I'm thinking about it, his has a lot more to it than Rukia's. So yeah. But, yeah. Anyway. Madara. Madara had a cool one. That's a 4. Madara's was a 4. I liked Madara's. Madara's had a lot. Almost a 5. Actually, if I gave Gaara a 5, I'm going to give Madara a 5. Because Madara, like, had his thing. They're very cinematic. I liked Madara's. His was surprisingly really good. Oh, Grimjaw, Jaggerjack. Grimjow, you disappointed me, bud. I wanted yours to be really, really good. And instead you just turned into a cat and did this one little thing and that was it. It's like a 3. It's just a 3. You know, I was disappointed in it. But I don't remember Grimjow enough. I haven't seen Bleach in a long time, and I don't remember him enough to remember his moves, but it's like a 3. I don't really know what else to really give it. I don't want to give it a 2. I'm going to give it a 3. Laws is a 3. Or a 4. I liked Laws. It seems that, like, a lot of the most of the DLC characters have really good finishers, which is awesome. Yeah, Law definitely gets, like a 3. I want to give it like a 3 or a 4. It was really cool to look at and stuff. Give it like a 3 or a 4. Like a 3. Kane's gets a 1. He builds up power and explodes. It's like actually no, I'll give it a 2. It's like a 1. It's Boo's, at least he like had the little steam coming out and he screamed everything. Actually, Boo's is also kind of like a 1 now that I think about it. If I'm giving him a 1, Boo gets a 1. So, Kane's a cool character, though. I just don't like his super. Galena's is like a 2. Like a 3. Like, here's the difference. Kane's I wouldn't want to see all the time. Galena's I actually wouldn't mind seeing once in a while. So, it's like a 2 or a 3. I'm going to go with a 3. With a 3. It's a 3. This guy, though, is the best super in the game. Hands down. Him and Ryo. Saiba. The guy with the car and the gun. Those two have the best supers. Prometheus, I loved looking at Prometheus' super. And it sucks that he was released after the fact. Like, he wasn't there day 1. And I think if on day 1 we had these 3 characters, you didn't have the DLC characters, but you had everybody from Die, and then you cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you added these 3, I think people would have been more okay with the roster. Because Prometheus is kind of a cool character. Very interesting style of fighting, and he's a little bit weaker than most characters, but my goodness, he has really good supers, and his ultra is hyper move, or whatever you want to call it, is amazing. So, that being said, Prometheus is the best one. Most of the supers in this game were average, and that's okay. Anyway, yeah, that's it for the supers for Jump Force. I might make another video talking about the roster and what I think of it. I don't know if I can't really do story mode, though, so don't expect me to do that, because I can't replay story mode. But anyways, thanks to y'all for coming by and viewing the video. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.